So my name is Eibhlin and I run Phoenix, Bloomberg for stories about founders. When I was 17, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I did not know how. So I Googled and found countless of articles about successful entrepreneurs, their business models, and company exits, but nothing about their personal journeys. The problem is everyone forgets that all big things start small. There are plenty of stories about fully established founders and companies, but few stories about the beginning of things. There are millions of founders who self-edit themselves out just because Elon Musk seems unapproachable and alien. Nobody tells the origin stories of titans, but that's my job and passion. Enter Phoenix. Phoenix started out as a blog, which organically grew to an online newsletter that served more than 7,000 students. I interviewed founders from different industries and around the world. For example, the co-founder of Skype and Jan Tallinn, and one of the internet entrepreneurs to make the largest internet exit in Asia, Mark Chang, and shared their life journeys and how they got to where they are today. Students found these stories very relatable and motivational. In July 2018, I self-published the book, The Phoenix Perspective, which contains some of our best and most loved stories after learning that some of our most avid fans do not have access to the internet. With the help of companies and founders, I managed to bring the books to 1,000+ youth in 20+ countries within 6 months of publication. This year, I plan to interview 50 founders, launch a website, aim to get 10K daily visitors by the end of the year, and publish another book by 2021. Phoenix is a Bloomberg for stories about founders. I've already published a book. It's currently in the 2nd edition. I'm looking to build the leading resource of stories and inspiration for the next 1,000 founders, from Elon Musk to J.K. Rowling. I'm raising a small seed round, and I'm seeking introductions to web graphic designers for our website and other founders to cover. If you like and be interested to help us out in any of this area, please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much. Hi, Tyler.
Hello. You have a very charming and likable presentation, which is good. It matches what you're doing, but how this will make revenue, you need to be much clearer about. Or if it's a nonprofit, that's fine, but that is left hovering forever. I think you spend too much time on motivation early on. I would cut that in half and just telling people the thing, what it is, online newsletter with additional products. That should come in the first 20 to 30 seconds of your presentation. And then what is the status of, is this a company? Is this something you're doing individually? What is the institutional infrastructure? Needs to be super clear. And again, at least cue that up in the first 20 or 30 seconds, even if you get to more of it later. The more you talk about revenue and concretes, the more you want to sound a little tougher. I worry, in a sense, in some ways, you're too likable in your presentation. That will get you sympathy and people feeling this is important. But if you're trying to get people to bet on you, it needs a bit of a tough side somehow, like what you will supply that the rest of the market cannot, and what you see as your competitor and what you can do better than they can. Your listeners may not believe there's no one else out there with these stories, may or may not be true, but you need to kind of stake out your ground, like, no, we really are the only, or yes, there's this, but we do it better, and so on. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, thank you so much, Tyler, for your feedback. May
What
I
is the
address?
revenue model?
All right, so my revenue model is basically like any other author. I publish a book and I sell it. But that's not the only way I plan to grow in the future. Right now, I'm a single person running this, but I'm hoping to raise around and potentially meet other people who might be interested in this to actually form a company. Because to me, a book in Malaysia is the best platform to reach our readers. But I realize that might not be the case around the world. So I'm planning to
hardly any books make money. I've written, I think, 18 books, 3 times on the bestseller list, and I could not live from the revenues off my books if that's what it came down to. People won't believe the book can make money, but if the book can make money, then that's the business plan you need to sell people on, not the stories per se. What is your plan for having platforms for marketing the book so the book can be a bestseller? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes. So, okay, I'm gonna actually say that actually selling books, you can make money. The thing is, I actually had a book deal from one of the most recognizable business publications in Asia who wanted to publish the compilation of my newsletters. But I learned that the author buyback price, or the author's the price that they pay you as an author, is very little. So I learned if I strip down the whole business model and I actually did everything myself, I could actually make a very much significant revenue, because about 80% goes to the publisher. And from there, another 60% often goes to the distributor. But if I do everything myself, which I have done with this, then I'll actually make significantly more revenue. And so being online is not only about pushing and selling the book. Our plans to grow online is actually to grow our audience for the newsletter, for the stories on a different platform, and target and actually generate revenue through online, through ads, through product placements, and so forth. And also actually through subscriptions, because I'm planning to actually try to build a community of subscribers for the stories online.
I would be just way clearer. A revenue model, why the book and associated products is a revenue model requiring seed money people won't get. Malcolm Gladwell, as far as I know, doesn't have seed money. Let's say you're as successful as he is. Well, he just funds what he does from his book revenues and talk revenues. You might also think how you as a speaker is a source of revenue. Now is not the best time. I believe we're out of time, need to move on to the next. But thank you very much. I very much enjoyed it.
Thank
Best
you
of
so
luck.
much, Victor.